You got into the safety business because you wanted to protect people, but somewhere along the way, the job started controlling your time, your schedule, your priorities, even your income potential. What if the expertise you've built over the years in the field can give you something more? More freedom, more control, more ownership of your future. I'm Sheldon Primus, the author of 7 Steps to Starting a Profitable Safety Consulting Business and the host of the Safety Consultant Podcast, with more than 350 episodes helping safety professionals become consultants and grow their career. Consulting changed my life. In fact, I'm a full-time RVer, and one consulting contract paid for my home I live in today. Now, I help safety professionals build their own consulting practice through bi-weekly coaching calls, accountability, and personal guidance. But this program isn't for everyone. Start with the Consultant Readiness Audit at sheldon.coach.
What if everything we thought we knew about safety was just interference? From the host of the Rated R Safety Show and the founder of Safety FM comes the complete Signal Transmission Trilogy, now available in one powerful edition. Safety, in my opinion, the book that started the conversation. Safety Mutation, where the boundaries of culture, systems, and belief begin to break. And now, Safety Transmission, the final piece of the signal. For the first time, all 3 books are together in one volume. The Signal Transmission Trilogy, Complete Edition. This isn't just about compliance. It's about consciousness. It's about decoding the way we think, lead, and live, inside and outside the system. Whether you've been following the signal since the beginning or you're just now tuning in, this is the version to own. Search Signal Trilogy on Amazon or visit safetyfm.com to get your copy now.
Sheldon Primus.
Welcome to the Safety Consultant Show with Sheldon Primus, where we blend safety smarts with business brilliance and a pinch of Sheldon's signature wit. Whether you're a safety pro, a fresh-faced consultant, or just safety curious, get ready for a show that'll educate, entertain, and elevate your safety game. Let's dive into the art of consulting with your safety Sherpa himself, Sheldon Primus.
This episode is powered by Safety FM.
Welcome to another edition of the Safety Consultant Podcast with Sheldon Primus. I'm your host, Sheldon Primus. And this is a podcast where I show you guys how to run a business, a safety consulting business, not any business. I'm not going to teach you how to run any other businesses, just safety consulting. That's me. We learn about OSHA compliance. We learn about a lot of things from our guests that we have on the show. Been doing this with you guys for a while now. I was just reflecting with some students that I've been doing this thing for 5 years. We're up to 335 podcast episodes as of now. Yeah, it's just pretty awesome. And just wanted to at least let you guys know that I am also out in the field like I did last episode. So you guys are going to hear my background noise at the RV park and got a fire going and everything else. It's kind of cozy, though it's cold out. I'm in the south of Portland area, so it is kind of cold. It's actually, I'm bundled up, getting ready for my trip into Germany, where I'm going to do a week-long trip over there with my wife, do some Christmas marketing, and we're going to stop in Austria as well. So, you guys are just going to hang out with me as I'm doing some work outside. So enjoy the ambience. I'm turning the mic up real good, and I got one of these nice Rode Wireless Pro mics, so I'm holding it real close to my mouth. I got the little, they call it the dead cat, which is a morbid name, but it's just basically a windscreen. That's all it is. So I got the windscreen on. So let's see if I could give you guys a good episode, because this time I am your safety consultant coach, your funnel architect, and a full-time believer clear that you deserve to get paid for what you know, not just what you do. So I am now making what we talked about last week, Free with a Funnel, into a series. So we are now on part 2, how to package your expertise, turning skills into sellable offers. This might be my only one. I don't know. It might be a series of 2, but I'll see how this goes. I just want you guys to be able to, put together a package so you can start selling stuff. I told you what to do, that you got to sell some stuff, so let's think it through. Let's see what you got and see how you can turn free into something profitable. So last week I told you guys what a funnel means, that you're getting your idea out there into the world and you're truly getting individuals free information, and you're trying to get them into a paid portion of your business. So I know a lot of you guys were thinking, all right, Sheldon, now what do I actually sell after you heard that last episode? So let's talk about it. So first, let's tell you why these packaging matters, because it is important to kind of like package some stuff together so that you could get your clients to understand what's going on. So if you don't package your offer, you're going to end up confusing people. You're going to underprice yourself. You're going to waste some time, energy, and effort. And you'll just end up doing everything a la carte, right? So if you do a packaging, then the packaging is going to give some clear offers. It's going to help you with some pricing. It's going to help with some clear outcomes. And honestly, it's going to just make it a little easier for people to hire you. And that's the key, right? So I just wanted to let you guys know. And again, I'm not totally against free. I've got some free stuff myself. You guys got 335 episodes for free. You got the OSHA Compliance Help YouTube channel. You have the Safety Consultant YouTube channel. And there's a bunch there. Even on Safety Consultant TV, there's a free playlist there too. So I'm not about hating on free. But free without a funnel, you got to work on that, right? So here's some of my free stuff that I end up doing that, especially for students and stuff like that. So rule number 1, when I do anything free, if like advice is, because sometimes you're gonna have some advice. So free advice, what I do is 15 minutes for free. All right, not doing 16 or 45 minutes. On a rare occasion, a student really needs me. I've worked with my students. As I told you guys, I teach for the Alliance Safety Council. I've been one of their instructors since 2013. I teach the Certification Occupational Safety Manager, COSM, C-O-S-M, and also Certificate Occupational Safety Specialist, COS, C-O-S-S. And the OTIETC classes, which is OSHA Training Institute Education Center. So I am one of those instructors, and pretty much I go through about 200 students a year, sometimes more, sometimes a little less, but I see a lot of students. So they'll ask me questions, about how to do this or that, and honestly, my 15-minute free advice limit came from that, because I've spent many time, energy, and effort for a student, and they don't know that they should be paying for me for a certain price or certain ranges. But you put yourself up for too many questions, there's some liability when they start utilizing your question, right? Utilizing your answer, not your question. So I'm not gonna grab a seat, let me rewrite your entire lockout program. I'm going for 15 minutes. So that's going to give me enough time to kind of diagnose their issue, point them in the right direction. We're establishing some trust there. Open the door for the paid section, because I actually tell them that I have to, structure my services so that I do get paid, and I let them know that if they're willing to do that, I'll get a quote for them. So I'll be one of the people that will provide a quote, so that when they do need extra help, or they need additional help, I show them how to utilize me. So I say, hey, it's free advice. If you need some more help or anything else, shoot me an email. I'll write you a quote. All right? So that's the 15-minute rule. My rule number 2, and this rule is a game changer. I'll review something for free, a safety manual, a program, a policy, a JSA checklist, something like that. I'll review it for free. However, the revision, that's what we get paid for. So at this position, I'm helpful. If they could do it themselves, that's fine. I'm okay with that. But if they need something else and have a professional product, and I'm not pushy in this way, I could point out some things that I see from the review. So I'm not just looking it over and not giving them feedback. I'm actually giving them feedback. So I'll let them know, hey, this is what I'm seeing. Here's some of the things I would fix. If you want to have some professional service to do this, make it look good, I'll shoot you a quote. So don't remember, you got to give someone a quote so they know what to expect, because you got deliverables, you got time frames, you got all that stuff. So I do that too. So here's my other one. I told you guys last week, but here's another rule that I live by, is you could tell them what to do for free, and then you sell how to do it. I didn't make that one up, not one. I honestly can't remember. It might have been one that I learned from my Tony Robbins days when I went to Unleash the Power Within, which is an awesome event if you guys ever get a chance to do it. But I did that event with my wife when I first went solo, because I needed to kind of like retrain my brain, because I've been working for people so long that I figured, all right, let me go do a Tony Robbins conference. And both of us did it together, and it was an awesome reframing of my thoughts. And that's one of the things I learned from that conference years ago, is honestly, as a business person, and even as you're doing your presentations or anything else you do for the public, you're going to just paint the picture of what to do. Big picture, show them the problem, show them the direction, but then how to get there. That's your steps, your templates, your process, implementation. Templates, I say, with a grain of salt. You might want to do like some templates that you can give away as a freebie, but then know that you're going to end up in the long run going to a longer form template that's going to get paid. So that's a template. Okay, I understand giving away some of those. I've got some free templates I've given away in the past as well, so I don't want to be a hypocrite about that. But again, you just know your limits, right? So you want to protect your intellectual property. It gives you some massive free value to the businesses you're working with. People love getting clear what to do, but they'll pay for how to do it. They'll always do that because they want to get there too. So let's turn these rules into packaging, okay? So what a package looks like, again, is going to be you are going to put together related services, some of you might do products, I don't know, but you're going to put these things together, and then you're going to offer it. So it's a complete solution. That's what you're looking for, a complete solution. So here's ideas. I'm not telling you exactly what to do with your packaging, but here's some ideas. You could put together diagnostic offers. These are free but structured. So basically your package one, and here's the package to get people in, what you could do for free. So package 1, 15-minute strategic call, free program review, free record-keeping snapshot for those of you under OSHA, and then a free JSA reg flag check. So at that point, you're going to start a relationship with them, and that could lead directly to a funnel. How to reach everybody? That's another question that I guess I should come up with. I said in a couple episodes already, and I might even make that like part 3 of this. But generally speaking, you're going to want to go to networking events, talk to decision makers. You're going to try to connect with people through LinkedIn, Facebook groups, answer actual questions, and then when people show a need, you could then go ahead and present your service. A lot of this is listening to family, friends, people at church, and hearing what their needs are. Right, so again, I don't know, maybe that might be episode 3, or to say third part of this series. So right now, let's give you another package type. So done with you service. done with you. So basically, this is where how to do it becomes paid. So for the package 2, here's an example of policy rewrites, safety program development. So again, your package 1 is going to be the diagnostic offer. Your package 2 is going to kind of be the next step up. So now you're going to offer and this is the paid one, you're going to offer a policy rewrite after you review, natural, right? Safety program development for those people who are going to try to do it with Chad or whatever. You're going to tell them that that's not a good plan. It's because Chad forgets all kinds of stuff. I remember when not just Chad, any of those AI services. I'm still working on some of that on my website. Go to sheldonprimus.com and look at my blog posts. I got a couple of AI written blog posts that I have to rewrite, so it doesn't always work that way. But it's a good way to, add it as an additional resource. But anyway, I digress. Here's an example of the package. Policy rewrites, safety program development, OSHA record keeping setup, get people ready for that coming up in the beginning of the year, next year. JSA development, we get a job hazard analysis, job safety analysis, same thing, where you start with a standard operating procedure and then you create for each step a hazard, for each hazard controls. So that's your JSA development. Site safety assessments or mock OSHA audits, or just a training plan creation. You're not doing everything for them, but you're going to help guide or build the program, all right? So that's a done with you service. So most of the time when I do something like that, I am training their personal safety officer. So me and the safety officer are going to spend some time together. I'm going to write this with the safety officer. So when this package is complete, they're going to be able to basically have a safety officer that I just taught how to fish. That old saying, you give a man a fish, you feed him one time, you teach them how to fish, and then they feed themselves forever. So that's the package there. You're going to work with their safety and health officer to just really help them go. Last package is going to be a third package related to done-for-you high-end services. So one of those done-for-you high-end services is now you're fully implementing things, such as you want to make sure that when the person gets done, that now at that point they have a professional service that you have now provided for them. And that's now you going through the free safety program. You find some mistakes, and now you say, okay, I could do this, this, and this for you. And now you're going to have an updated safety program, something similar to that. So when I first got started, what I used to do is that hourly style. So I honestly, I'll let you guys know, I've always given you guys prices. So I used to do $70 an hour with 3 hours minimum, and that was for each program. So if I was going to do a control of hazardous energy program, then that control of hazardous energy program, I would give them, and that's lockout tagout for some of you guys may not know the official term. Yeah, I would literally look it over. So that's the free part. And then I would do the revision for them, talk to them back and forth, make sure I know what their machine is, and some of the stuff you could do truly virtual. But that's what I would do. I would do a free safety and health program overhaul for them. A free review that would lead to an overhaul program that's paid. Man, I'm confusing my own self. You could get an annual consultant retainer. There's some people who might see OSHA often, so you want to do your best to help them out. So I would do my retainers. So some of my retainer prices have been $400 a month, where you just have me for 15 hours each month, and I could help with the safety department or whatever. But it's also making sure that if something comes up, then at that point they know that they have a safety consultant that they could just go ahead and rely on. You could do an OSHA compliance package, and that package is truly, the best way to do that is your NAICS code of the individual, and then from their North American Industry Classification System code, NAICS, in the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. You can then know their industry and give them a specific OSHA compliance program with the NAICS code for U.S. companies only, because that doesn't work in Canada and Mexico, but the code is good for all three countries. How about a custom training series? That's another thing that is a done-for-you high-end service. You truly can customize training. I've been doing this one for a while. I've got a learning management system that I create for my clients. So when they get done, the LMS is something they could retrain their workers each year, and I update it for them at a certain price each year. Regular audits, you could do that, where you know you're going to come back after a certain while. And then some culture coaching. That's another package. So since I mentioned digital, there is some digital products I'm going to throw in here for packaging. You could package a bunch of templates like I used to when I used to do OSHA templates for the pest control management sector. And you can probably see some of those online. But I already knew the NAICS code, so for the most part, it made it easier for me to do those templates, or templates, however you say it, so that the code will know these are the things that are expected with your industry. And then I gave the caveat of if your particular company does anything specialty or something different, not all the templates are inclusive of what your company does. So they would have to reach out to me, tell me what they want, and I would just make this available online for them. But I had that caveat that they had to read through and say, hey, this is not OSHA compliant unless this covers all of your hazards. So another one that you could do is you could have checklists available, mini courses available, OSHA checks, cheat sheets, your own JSA forms that you create for people. It's a little harder because you're going to need to know the steps of a job, but maybe you could get like a template format for certain jobs that are, like assembly line work or something that, is pretty common. Or you could even do like a new safety manager starter kit, low barrier to entry, high value. It's scalable because now you can have many people using the same product through your website. Definitely do your website. I got mine at Safety. I was about to give you my safety consultant one, sheldonprimus.com. So use that and you reach me. So here's to naming your package. That's the next thing we should go over. Make it snazzy, like confined space compliance package, safety program makeover, OSHA readiness blueprint. Mine is Safety Consultant Blueprint, and if you go to safetyconsultantblueprint.com, you'll be taken right to the course. You guys have heard that commercial that I play. That is my snazzy name, if you would. I've written a lot of articles for people as ghostwriters, and I use things like 10 most cited standards or 4 steps to this. You might be able to use that kind of wording just so that you could end up getting just some sort of name recognition for your package, all right? New Safety Manager Toolkit, something clever, something clear. You want that name to kind of explain what the purchase is going to be, and you want it to be kind of clickbaity. I don't know, should I say that? But that's the thought process. And then the last thing that I want to make sure that I touch you guys about is mindset. Okay. So again, the mindset part is you're not selling hours. Hourly transfer of service for hours is really bad for consultants. You only want to do that in certain cases. Mostly you're selling your project price as opposed to hourly price. And again, some projects, like I told you guys when I used to do the the written programs, $70 an hour with 3 3-hour minimum. That ends up to be a project price. And if I need to go over 3 hours, I would put in there that I'll let you know ahead of time so you can make that decision or not. But again, very few times do I put in hourly rate. It's usually project. So you're selling your outcome, not your hours, right? People are pretty much not going to look to hire you for your time much unless that's really their culture. They're really looking for a consultant to be available to them for their expertise. They're hiring you because they want some safety, some compliance, confidence that they're going to get something that is coming from a professional. They don't want fewer headaches, fewer citations, no OSHA surprises, stuff like that. That's what they're asking you for. And I say OSHA for my American-based audience, but regulatory compliance for everyone else. In your country, that there's some regulation. Regulation is a driver, and we're going to try to utilize as much of the drivers as we can. So that's what I got. Just hopefully you guys are going to get a lot out of that. I am also going to tell you, just take action, all right? Pick one of these packages, and I want you to kind of review and revise a package, do some sort of strategy call, done for you product, give it a name, give it an outcome, give it a price, and that's your offer. So honestly, you want to do this. Your expertise deserves structure. Your offer deserves some clarity. Your business deserves to get paid. That's the thing that you've got with your partner. You worked it out that you left your job, and you and your partner said you're going to take care of your family, and that's your agreement. You got to live up to that by getting paid, right? So my 3 rules: 15 minutes. Free review, paid fix. Free what to do, paid how to do. And then truly get these packages a great name that'll help sell itself. You want to go beyond compliance, and I'm going to help you guys out. So go to sheldonprimus.com / let's see, what should I make this name? Let's make this name packaging. sheldonprimus.com / packaging, and that represents packaging your safety program or whatever your offer is. So what I have for you guys is a packaging worksheet that I'm going to make available for you for download. Probably be a PDF download, and making a fillable PDF right now. So should have it up by the time you're listening to this. And with that, I just want to help you think it through, okay? So the fillable PDF is going to help you, think your offer through line by line. How much do you want to get paid? Going to help you think through what's that packaging going to look like, all right? So sheldonprimus.com, you want to go to / packaging, and then that's going to help you download a sheet to help you think it out, get your first full packaging system set up, all right? So there you go. Series part 2. Do I want to do series part 3? I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. But right now I got part 2. So you guys got some information to follow. You got some things that you need to do for follow-up. So go get them.
That's a wrap for today's safety show. Remember, safety isn't just about hard hats and caution signs. It's about business smarts, too. Thanks for joining us on the Safety Consultant Show with Sheldon Primus. Until next time, stay safe, stay savvy, and keep consulting like a boss. Go get 'em. The views and opinions expressed on this podcast or broadcast are those of the host and its guests and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the company. Examples of analysis discussed within the past hour, only examples. It should not be utilized in the real world as the only solution available, as they are based only on very limited and dated open source information. Assumptions made within this analysis are not reflective of the positions of the company. No part of this podcast or broadcast may be reproduced, stored in a retrieval system, or transmitted in any form or by any means, mechanical, electronic recording, or otherwise, without prior written permission of the creator of the podcast or broadcast, Sheldon Primus.
This episode has been powered by Safety FM.
You got into the safety business because you wanted to protect people, but somewhere along the way, the job started controlling your time, your schedule, your priorities, even your income potential. What if the expertise you've built over the years in the field can give you something more? More freedom, more control, more ownership of your future. I'm Sheldon Primus, the author of 7 Steps to Starting a Profitable Safety Consulting Business and the host of the Safety Consultant Podcast, with more than 350 episodes helping safety professionals become consultants and grow their career. Consulting changed my life. In fact, I'm a full-time RVer, and one consulting contract paid for my home I live in today. Now, I help safety professionals build their own consulting practice through bi-weekly coaching calls, accountability, and personal guidance. But this program isn't for everyone. Start with the Consultant Readiness Audit at sheldon.coach.
What if everything we thought we knew about safety was just interference? From the host of the Rated R Safety Show and the founder of Safety FM comes the complete Signal Transmission Trilogy, now available in one powerful edition. Safety, in my opinion, the book that started the conversation. Safety Mutation, where the boundaries of culture, systems, and belief begin to break. And now, Safety Transmission, the final piece of the signal. For the first time, all 3 books are together in one volume. The Signal Transmission Trilogy, Complete Edition. This isn't just about compliance. It's about consciousness. It's about decoding the way we think, lead, and live, inside and outside the system. Whether you've been following the signal since the beginning or you're just now tuning in, this is the version to own. Search Signal Trilogy on Amazon or visit safetyfm.com to get your copy now.